Now is the time of about a topic: smelly substance and gaslighting. Okay, so I got sexual assault or molesting last night, and how do I know that? Because I don't feel pain, and I just feel uncomfortable and fatigue, and because I have been under lightly sexual assault since May 2024, and because my brain has been under non-consensual brain-computer interface, I can be locked out and then become unconscious, and my whole nerve system will be numb, and just by connect with the computer. And usually GP, general practice, the doctors have no knowledge about brain-computer interface, and not to mention that most of them are under bribery in the network, because I lived in the network because my phone is hacked, and and no one helped me to break the isolation. I tried the police, I tried the social worker, I tried the doctors, and no one helped. So I want to give a testimonial about what happened this morning. And actually, I know nothing, but I just feel when I go to toilet, I have regularly, they will, after they did the molesting, they will have the smelly substance putting in my bottom part. At the very early stage, they will make me feel pain and then realize I have been under molesting or assault. But gradually, as I tell the public the situation, they change the way. Actually, every time I tell the public, they evolve to perfect their tactics. How they do that? They will put chemical in my bottom part, and when I uh, do shower, when I go to shower and the water wash out the chemical, and I can feel pain, and the swollen, everything, physical pain start to realize. And at that time, after washing the body, and I know I had under uh, uh, I have been under molest last night. And what I can tell you, last night I make a recording about the room that I stay. This is the bed I sleep, and I cover it. And then this is the bed, Chinese, seemingly an Asian or Chinese lady, very quite tall and big girl, stay in this room. She arrived here at around 10 p.m. last night, as I said. When I get this room, I just try to open the door all the time, and I saw this. Naturally, in this corridor, at the beginning, I didn't see any people coming here, and also it was very quiet. And then the whole corridor, whole floor, even have like no people, until the girl, this until this girl at around 10 o'clock arrived. And before that, there was two boys. I saw it's like a blonde hair uh, young boys with a backpack, and they came to this room. So now they left. They just stay one night and left. From my experience, it is like they came to work because they came to work on me. But I couldn't 100% sure because I didn't see them. But from my experience, because one thing is that they couldn't let many people know that. So the Hong Kong government or the perpetrator, they will rent the whole floor. And then, the point is not about me. The point is to let me get the Western people, local young people, to involve in this sexual crime. And when I speak out, when I speak to the police, when I just express this, and no effect, that will attract more Western young people to come to do the same thing. They will build up a criminal network, demoralize the young people because of a lot of quick money. And then they came here to punish a woman, okay, an Asian woman who has sex harassed the Western young girl. So at the back of the sexual harassing the Western young girl, which is fabricated by the UK police. And there were UK police who set me up or making uh, money from me, were actually stalking me with their, with their police aspect up to fabricate story, and then following me, and then tell other police in other country like Switzerland, and then here now in the Germany. So there was a group of there is a group of UK police under strong a lot of bribery stop me and tell lie fabricate story. So it led the local police to refuse to help me, to trust me, to treat it as uh, an issue. And then they infiltrate an idea to let the young people to punish me. But actually, it is the plot the Hong Kong police or the propaganda Li Chanwei wants the local police to do. So that the police let the crime happen. And like these young people, they are innocent. They may feel historic to protect the women, the young girl, so that they come to punish the Asian woman who's lesbian, who's sex harassing. All the story were false accusation. When I report to the UK about the sex assault on me, they didn't mention about the crime they said I commit behind me. So they actually, a lot of the UK police is under bribery, or they have been set me up and wrongly false accuse me. So now if they accept my crime report, that means they have to um, uh, uh, to agree that I'm innocent. They don't want that because that will end the money from the Hong Kong police. So now, how do I know, and the difficulties about how to prove it? Because they just put some substance that is very smelly. When I go to toilet, and then but because after a few times, sometimes they put it a lot, so I can smell away, just smell from it. When it's not very strong, I can touch my private part and can smell it, and then I know that someone has touched my body and have molested my private part. And when I go to actually I'm going to the bathroom, but then I think, oh, maybe I should make a record, and I make this record because it's so difficult to get the evidence. You won't get the forensic examination doctor to smell your private part. You won't do that, right? But even I let them smell, they won't do that. Okay, so it's very difficult to get evidence. But when I told them about it is a sex molesting, or especially molesting is very difficult to get the evidence if there's no CCTV as evidence. So why they arrange me to this another room at the beginning with nobody in this room, because they want to lower my guard. And I did sleep last night, and I woke up at around 3 o'clock, and I fell into sleep around midnight, and then woke up at around 3 o'clock, and I think my mouth were very dry. And then this morning when I clean it, and this morning when I clean my mouth again, and there was some skin falling out, that means they have put some wave inside my mouth, and also they have burned my mouth like this. Okay, it's not only here, but when I was in the tram, a few young girl, I think it's a young criminals. They put knife in my mouth and make it dry, and I have ulcer in my mouth. And they put it very very small amount, and it will burn my mouth actually, and numb my mouth. And the night before, I had been injected with numbing agent, and then they scratch the area, making it like a skin issue. So I have skin issue. So it's like someone with STD, sex disease, to have so many skin issue. But actually, it is not. It is when I didn't sleep, and after a few days, all my skin will recover. I don't have a skin issue, but I feel epic. But there will be a chance that I was injected with STI, any kind of this STI, because I found the Australian doctors and the UK doctor provide false report about STI to me, because my STI wasn't from my any consensual sex intercourse, but most likely is injected by Hong Kong police local criminal. So the staff, some of why these people around me, because some of the staff actually, especially the male staffs, were under bribery. They don't afraid because the UK one was protected by the police, and then I'm not sure if the local police, German police, will protect the criminals as the UK police. But I'm totally innocent. I want to say that it's difficult to provide evidence. For the setup by the local police, airport police, to the in the hospital. What they did is that I told them the first police arrived the apartment. I did report one time to the police about the sex assault in an apartment called I Apartment Berlin Airport, and two police, one policewoman, one policeman came, and that these two person actually is in the network of bribery, because my phone is hacked. When I called 110, the first time it rang, no one received the call. When the second time it called, immediately someone received the call. That is from the Hong Kong police local criminal scam center. Actually, I discovered there was a network of police involved in the what we call deep state control police system. It made it made a lot of horrible situation, and developed into now Trump. It's an international issue, global issue. It's now developed into Trump, who used the federal government police to deploy into local state, to override the local police to do the policing. Why? Because local police, they have part of the some of the policemen under bribery from the rich people, who these rich people may have connection with the Chinese government, and they just let the police not do the policing, and making the cities or a state in chaotic situation. That's why Donald Trump sent the federal government police to the local state. And what happened is they the CCP with the Hong Kong police helping them, because the Western countries police has very low guard towards the Hong Kong police. They don't know actually now the Hong Kong police is even more evil than the CCP's police. So there's no chance that the police from the CCP can connect with the local Western world, but the Hong Kong police can. Under their false story, a false accusation about me, and then they can connect with the local police. Now, they can use me to build a network in the local police, saying I was sexually harassing women in the UK, and then there's no any police interrogate me after false accusation spreading around in different police stations. And the point is just to get other police to refuse to help me. So I should be under highly protected, but I was in the public accommodation for sex assault. It means that it is a very strong bribery now developing in under a very strong smell campaign. Part of the smell campaign joined by very famous people and my family members. Why this happened before? Because no one can bear the same suffering as me, as mine. So they have been doing the same. I mean, they is the Secretary of Security, Chris Tang, and his propagandist, negative political advisor, Lei Chanming. Both of them, and even Alex Yuan, the naturopath doctor holding a Canadian passport, who is the main, triangle that they have been killing a lot of people, and they have been creating a lot of suffering in Hong Kong people. And they have a group of undercover Hong Kong police in the yellow ribbon to do mass hypnotization, mass hypnosis in the Hong Kong people, making them under PTSD perpetually. It's like a group of troops that they can manipulate and use to fight against their enemy, and to work for their propaganda without paying any money. And then these people just like, it's just like there's a change agent in the undercover group. Of course, the young people, especially the Hong Kong young, didn't know there's a group of very large, I mean, there may be over 100 or to 300 yellow ribbon infiltrator, and most of them are from the Hong Kong police, even National Security Department. And then they mobilized the Hong Kongers to fight against the Chinese government. So that now Chris Tang and Lei Chanming has someone to fight against for the CCP. So actually that means Chris Tang and Lei Chanming and just create their jobs, because most of the Hong Kong people with their mature mind will keep silence, just live their normal life. But then if no enemy, how can the Chris Tang and Lei Chanming tap the national security money to do laundering? It's impossible. And also me is another battle line for them to create enemy, and to work on building network in the Western world. So that me is very important, because if I'm wandering around, that means and I'm seeking for help, that means from the local staff, they can use my sex video, because they filmed me for 10 years. And they can use this sex video, fabricated story, and a few setup I've been there, and then they used all the video they film. Even now I'm in this hostel, they film me in real time. They monitor me in real time, trying to manipulate my life, and then set me up, and set me up not only the environment but also my emotion, to fall into their trap, and then work on helping myself to approach the network. They can do bribery, and mostly is through the mobile phone, because when I Google the map, they can immediately, using the network they have built from the very beginning at the airport, the police, and then use the police network to build up the doctors, and then the social worker network, and then it becomes a network of perpetual cycle that I can never leave it if I couldn't find someone to connect with the people that I can trust. Of course, there were people who there are people who can help me, but I could never contact them. And I just want to say that it's difficult to gather evidence, and they try to get me, like the UK. If I report to the reception, and the hostile reception, it will most likely that they will have um, other actors or other people say complain me, and then I couldn't even talk to uh, the people in the room about the situation because they are paid to come here to make money from me. So they will act as a victim that I scare them. I say something horrible to them, harassing them, something like that. So I couldn't do anything by myself. And then the evidence in my bottom part is just something smelly substance. And they had if they injected STI in my body, that could be happen, but it is not normal. When I didn't sleep, I didn't let them touch my body that will not have any small smelly substance. The smelly substance, and then they also ingest kind of hydrogen gas in my from my anus to my colons, so that it looks like as if I have I fatting uh, really ridiculously, when I have my body movement. That is also two kinds of gaslighting to make me know that, okay, I have been molested because they use numbing agent. And the numbing agent is very interesting things because on 12th June, I asked the UK police to do drug tests to see if there anything numb my body. Until now, they didn't give me the drug test. And even I asked the German police who handle my criminal police who handle my situation, and I told him because the forensic doctor, examination doctor said she will have my drug test from the blood, and then actually she drew my blood is for the Hong Kong doctors to know my health situation, and then if any organs of my body have problem, they can use their drug test to fabricate a story that, and they can do medical abuse afterward, so that I will die like a a person who under medical abuse to be treated as a stomach cancer and then die in a very short period of time. So I tried to avoid all the traps, and then but both the UK police and the local German um, uh, a forensic examination doctor didn't tell me about the drug test result or blood test results. I think I have the right to know that. I sent email to ask the police. I didn't have reply. And then it's impossible, almost impossible to tell people that it is the smelly things made me know that I have been under molested or even sexual assault last night. So everything is unfavorable to me, and I stay in the situation with a phone being hacked, and all the phone calls called outside will be in the circle of library. That's why the police in the central station, he refused. There's 3 police stations refused to help me to call outside. At least 3 or 4 here in Berlin, 3 or 4 police stations refused to let me use their phone to call outside. They use my phone to call. What happened? It will call the network of library. So that's what happened to me. I want to make a record about the situation, and I'm going to take a bath to see if I can wash out the chemical to see how serious the molesting. And this video it means to tell you there may be 2 young local guys, two young traveler. I'm not sure if they are Germany or not. No, they made these 2 young guys from this room. They may be paid to come to do molesting in my body, or they may be come to do gaslighting, and then actually some other person, some other people came over, And then 100% believe that this woman came over here is to be the fake witness for my case. So that is what happened usually. And I 100% believe someone has touched my body last night. Okay, so I have to, it happens almost every night because the molesting is to mean to hurt my body, to do kind of medical experiment because they have different kind of injection in my body, and then they want to try to make me to go to report to the police and then go to the hospital to get the evidence, and then they can have the bribe police to connect with the police that I report, and also the doctors to connect with the local doctors. And it depends on the doctors, but most likely because of the false accusation of sex harassing women in the UK, that will make the doctors feeling that I deserve to be punished by lying in the report. And yes, this is what happened. This is the psychological tactics that the Hong Kong police propagandists to use to create hatred and anger among people with false accusation on me by the trustworthy UK police. That is what happened to me. And then I think that there were a few UK women have been under teaching of how to act like a victims, to film the video that make the uh, local police and then the doctors believe that I am the criminal. So I can face everything. I can face any harassing and then to a court hearing. So I don't afraid any things, any situation to face this false accusation. I want to end this not only because of me, but because of these young people who pay a lot and become demonized. And more horrible is that in this room there's hidden camera, or they move to other place, there's hidden camera waiting for them to film them, sex harassing them. This young guy will be in the Interpol if the Hong Kong police won. And then the Hong Kong police work with other police to create sex criminal. Innocent people become sex criminal, and then to destroy their life. From last May till now, there have been over 1,000 people sex harassing me or molesting me, assault me. These people all were filmed, and they are creating 1,000 sex criminal by the police actually, because they neglect my report, and then they think it is a punishment by the public, but actually it is a bribery. It is create local sex criminal young people, destroy their life, and then demonize the young people, and it become a network. And I need to stop it. If you know, if you think um, what I tell is true, please tell your local parliament members to work on my situation, to work to get the right people to know my situation and end this torture not only on me but in anywhere, not only the Western world, but also if I were in Asia, they will do the same. Because what happened is that because there is a mass migration from Hong Kong, and Hong Kong people will want to see what happened in other country. Can they migrate to other country for better life? So if people like me, the Hong Kong police stalk me and set me up, create trouble in my life in other country, that will give Hong Kong people an impression that it's not that good in other place. Let's stay in Hong Kong. So it is an anti-migration program to demonize Hong Kong people, to get trouble, to attack them, to get conflict with the local government departments, to get the Hong Kong people being attacked. Like in the UK, now there was a university student being attacked under the uh, 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 the asylum seeker hotel riot. So now it develops like that. But I would like to tell you what happened in the UK and now in Australia will be spreading around in the West, white people's world. Why? Because the bribery of in the police, and and then they let this happen from from small scale, and now it cannot be controlled because at the back it is subversion by the CCP through the Hong Kong police. So that's what I can tell you, and I hope if you can understand English, you should take this seriously. Discuss with your community group, discuss with your parliament member, discuss with your community member to notice that the Hong Kong police will fabricate a story will be demonize Hong Kong people to get the local police, get the local people to hate the Hong Kong people, to achieve the anti-migration of Hong Kong people, to keep the Hong Kong economy in a good situation. But actually, because of the national security law, and many people migrate, and there is very serious brain drain and liquidity drain. There's a lot of money flowing out to other European countries from Hong Kong people, because Hong Kong people are generally with a better material life. So they want to stop that, because most of the pro-CCP businessmen, they have a lot of property assets in the Hong Kong market. Now it is depreciating, and then they worry about that, so they get trouble. They get Hong Kong people trouble in other countries, and then start anti-migration program. And it's been 4 years. A lot of people suffering, and I'm working on expose all these kind of tactics on strategies on them. So I've been suffered from this exposure. Okay, so I have to go to the bathroom to see how serious the situation is, and take care of my body. Thank you very much for your time. Spread my story, tell as many people as possible. I don't need your like, I don't want to, I'm not going to monetize this channel, but if it can monetize, it will help me to find a safe place to tell the truth. So please share my story, download the my video, so that more people know the situation. I thank YouTube. I know someone may be complaining about report about my story, but I thank YouTube for keeping me here and let the truth unfold. Thank you very much.